Blue, and this is a Owls team that really struggled the last time out on the floor. They gave up 100 to Florida Gulf Coast their last time out, and you know that's going to leave a bad taste in your mouth. I'm sure they're looking to get that out today.
No Alexis Poole in the lineup for KSU today, so Amani Johnson will have some different help around her. Ashley Free getting her second start on the season for Kennesaw State, as Johnson will control the tip to start our Saturday twin bill here at the Edmonds Center. Kennesaw State lost those matchups last year at home in the Convo, and as we mentioned, Ashley Free, she breaks the ceiling on scoring today.
That's the kind of start KSU is going to need. Stetson's a team that plays pretty well early on, the first and second quarters. They tend to get off the hot starts and struggle late in the stretch. Kennesaw's going to need to stay within striking distance if they want to pull out the win.
Maddie Novak getting the start for Stetson, her first start since the A-Sun backed challenge early November. But it's Tatiana Stroin who continues her strong play with first basket for SU.
Yeah, Novak making only her fourth start of the year. A player that historically has been very good from behind the arc for Stetson in her career. She's among the program leaders in three-pointers, but this year it's really been a struggle for her in that sense.
Free almost lost the handle, swinging around to Piccolino, who had a career-high 13 boards in 38 minutes versus Florida Gulf Coast on Wednesday. Shot clock running down. That jumper in the paint was short by Stacey Jones, and Jemiah Turner can't hold on to it. It'll be a turnover for Stetson. Octavia Blue, her first season taking over the KSU program, one of the finest players to play for the University of Miami, had her number retired by the Hurricanes. Multiple-time all-conference performer. She's on a part of the Canes coaching staff as well. Took two of her fellow colleagues to complete this Owl staff traveling called for Kennesaw State. And Knox Sanders, who will be the acting head coach today for Lynn Bria. Sanders coached the Hatters Wednesday game at JU. A tough defeat at the hands of the much improved Dolphins. Nice high-low gain to Stroy. Now falls everywhere, but in the basket. Here comes the Owls pushing the tempo.
Rim God's unkind on that one. That was a great cut from Stroy.
Kicked around. She's got her for loose ball. Jump ball, and the possession arrow will give it to the homestanding Hatters.
Stacey Jones diving on that one for the Owls.
Kennesaw State come off a tough loss versus Florida Gulf Coast. Always tough to play the Eagles, given their firepower, led by reigning player of the year Kirsten Bell, but he having to do it shorthanded makes that mountain even higher to climb.
FGCU historically one of the best teams on the women's basketball side, although Liberty's certainly giving them a run.
Pull-up jumper by Jemiah Turner is off the back iron. Here comes Amani Johnson. Top 5 in D1 school history in many statistical categories. Played all 40 minutes in each of the last 2 games. Free. Owls will reset with 10 on the shot clock. Whitfield from deep. Off the side, Stroy collects the board. Kaya Turner had 2 great games versus the Owls last year. They'll look for her to get some scoring assistance with Stroy. Stroy with it at the point, guarded by Piccolino. That'll be a very intriguing matchup to keep an eye on. 9 on the clock. Robertson, ball fake, collides and draws the charge. Robertson a little bit out of control, working in that double team.
2 fouls already early in the game.
Whitfield with 2 fouls in less than a minute and a half, and she'll have to go to the bench. Kennesaw State without 2 of their starters, Alexis Poole and Breland Snipes. And Stroy taking advantage of that as she picks up her 8th point of the first half. She's responsible for 8 of the 14 Hatter points.
KSU is conceding the paint offensively to Stetson. They're not worried about Stroy that much. They're trying to shut everyone else down. So far they have.
Stroy has 8. Everyone else for Stetson has 6. The lead for Kennesaw State is 8. Corner 3, Free, buries it. Ashley Free with the 3. Her 4th in the season.
And that's Kennesaw's 3rd triple so far in this contest.
The lead is still 11, the largest for the Owls here this afternoon.
Stetson yet to bury one from long range, actually.
Dublin, little shoulder on the chest. That connects, much to the dismay of Coach Blue.
And when you have a player like Stroin, it's kind of understandable. You'd want to go down the middle if you're Coach Sanders, but at some point, it'd be nice to get some perimeter action going on. Stetson has shooters. They just got to start connecting.
And they'll call a legal screen on Stacey Jones.
Yeah, she was moving her feet all the way there.
Trying to free Piccolino right in front of us on that left wing.
You see it right there. She was not set. Clearly trying to block Stroin's path there.
For Kennesaw State to play the way they've been playing is a credit to Coach Blue and her staff. I'm sure she got on her team after that performance Wednesday night versus FGCU. Here's a steal from Piccolino. She has numbers. Had the pass. Good job by Kaya Turner to force a tough pass and put off some more clock for the Owl offense.
Hatters have got to be more conscious of passing around the perimeter, Victor. Kennesaw's been feasting off of that. They've gotten a few steals like that already.
Good double team by Kaya Turner and Ayanna Dublin, who's seen some extended run in the second quarter, forcing the turnover. It belonged to Stetson.
Three swipes so far for the Owls in this contest. All of them have been just like that. On the perimeter, just picking the pass off. Have to be a little more conscious of whoever's at the point.
9 turnovers for the Hatters in this first half. Kaya Turner will load up off the left side into the waiting arms of Piccolino. Piccolino played 38 minutes on Wednesday versus Florida Gulf Coast, 13 rebounds. Bouncing back nicely after a leg injury that cost her a chunk of last season. Lows up for the three-pointer, rattles in and out for white jerseys into the waiting arms of Kaya Turner. Had a mismatch with Dublin and Johnson. And swings it out. Stroin loading up for three. No. And they're going to go out of bounds. It'll belong to Stetson. They're not making it easy for the Hatters to get those second chance opportunities.
Yeah, but when you do that, you're also leaving pretty good first opportunities. Stetson's had a lot of open looks so far, Victor, especially in the perimeter. And unless they start cashing in, you can expect Kennesaw State to keep doing that.
Nice spin by Kaya Turner. Will draw the contact. Miss Baker, the guilty party. That'll be her first.
I mean, you had Stroin there with a wide open look she missed. Hargrove had a wide open look. Kaya Turner had a wide open look. All from beyond the arc or close to it.
Turner can't get the first one to go. He'll have the back iron. I had 2 great games versus Kennesaw State last year, where the Conference played the games back-to-back at the single venue. Had 11 points in their meeting on February 21st. See Mally Morgan Elliott on the bench. Had 16, 5, and 3 steals in their second meeting. Johnson just gets it back over before the 10-second. Owls with the rock, up by 8 at the halfway mark of this second quarter. Trying to feed it inside of Legister. Monty Johnson has been held in check to 2 points, but has gotten a lot of help from her friends. Tough shot. Here comes Stetson. Aaron pass, and Legister tips it back over to KSU. Free probes, and will send it back to Johnson. Guarded by the freshman Hargrove.
It was a great idea to try to start the transition there, but you got to put more air on a pass like that, especially with that many bodies around. You got to be throwing that over, not under.
Nice high-low double team was Legister. Hargrove whistled for the reach-in. Stetson, Tatiana Stroin, the lone offensive bright spot for the Hatters so far. 8 points and 5 rebounds for the transfer.
Yeah, but where's the rest of the offense coming from? That's really the issue right now, Victor. Stetson as a team not playing particularly well. They've got 8 players in the minus category right now. Also 10 turnovers for the Hatters, the Kennesaw State 6, but probably the biggest difference so far in this game, Victor, I would say is the three-pointers. Kennesaw State 3 for 9 there. Stetson yet to connect from 6 tries beyond the arc.
Stroin 8 points, 4 of 8 from the field. The rest of Stetson combined for 9 points, 4 of 12 from the field. And this is by holding Amani Johnson to 2 points. We'll call it travel for Ashley Free.
Well, they're getting offense from all kinds of places right now. As Octavia Blues team. Other than Stacey Jones, everyone else has scored at least one bucket. Free, Whitfield, and Piccolino have kind of been the three-headed monster, really, but everyone's contributed.
Whitfield with 6, Free, Piccolino with 5 each. Mentioned Johnson only with 2 on 1 of 4 shooting. Dublin for the free throw extended. Iron on Khan on the back end. Tipped out by Khan. Turner into winning arms of the Owls.
Nice idea. Just couldn't get as much of the ball as she'd like.
Free pulls up, but her heel stepped right in front of Alyssa Hargrove, who was there to point it out to our official, Robin Starks. It'll be Hatter basketball. 3:45 left in this first half. Stetson trying to improve their record to 2-2 and go back over Mount 500. Kennesaw State looking for their first league win on the season. Losses at Liberty and to Florida Gulf Coast on Wednesday. Dublin, nice fake. That left you a little bit short. That's kind of been the story of the first half for Stetson offensively. Piccolino buries the 3 right in front of Knox Sanders, and the Owls pump the lead back to double digits.
Kennesaw's done a really good job of turning Stetson misses into points. Transition game is working well for them right now.
Jemiah Turner, that one is short off the rim. Nice outlet pass to Free, rattles it home.
And there you go, another transition bucket, and Knox Sanders has seen enough.
Timeout Stetson. Kennesaw State has not given Stetson much room to operate so far here in this first half. And again, Amani Johnson has been doing it without scoring. That beautiful pass to Ashley Free on the outlet. Free now with 7 to lead the Owls. And the team coming in shorthanded. You're 0-2 in conference. Again, this is a credit to what Octavia Blue is trying to build with this Kennesaw State program. Understanding that you get your players back. You're missing Breland Snipes and Alexis Poole, 2 of your linchpins in your starting 5. You're going to need the rest of your bench to step up, and they have done a tremendous job of that, Masad, in this first half.
Yeah, it's definitely been a community effort for them, but you know, the one other thing I think that bears pointing out, Victor, they've yet to win a road game this year. Every game has been a home win for them. So, you know, a lot of times with a young team, with a team that's trying to find their way, Octavia Blue obviously in her first year leading the Owls, you know, you want to take your victories however you can get them, whether they're big or they're small, and a road win may not seem like a lot, but for this program it would be a big step, especially at Stetson.
Offensive foul on McNeil, trying to navigate her way in that paint. Johnson getting inside, a much bigger body.
Yeah, she set her feet nicely there. And that's especially true with Kennesaw State when you consider the history. Stetson has dominated this series. Hatters won both the games at KSU last year. They didn't play at the Edmond Center.
Stetson leads the all-time series 31-6. That'll be a foul underneath the basket. That's on Dublin. That'll be her first.
Yeah, that'll send Legister to the line. We haven't seen Kennesaw really try to work their bigs very much offensively. They've been kind of just taking up space and trying to create more space for the guards sliding in.
That one just falls off the left side for Gabby Legister, junior out of Bridgeville, Pennsylvania.
KSU has quite a few Pennsylvania players on their squad, 4 of them actually.
And that's kind of a credit to the previous coach, Coach Bernardo. We mentioned the all-time series. Stetson 15-4 against KSU in the Edmond Center. One of those coming in a huge upset in the 2019 A-Sun tournament. And McNeil knocks down the three-pointer.
First one of the game for the Hatters. And they're going to need a few more of those, I think, Victor. It's all good to try to work your game with Stroing, but you got to have some perimeter. And they haven't had a whole lot of it so far.
Speaking of perimeter, Piccolino, the iron unkind right there. Here comes McNeil. Had to handle, somehow regains it. Avoid getting a steal. Stetson has numbers. Landon Owens checks in. Track that pivot foot, traveling violation.
Yep, did not put the ball on the wood there before making the pass, and she shifted both her feet. What's that, like the 4th or 5th, I think?
At least.
Travel call against Stetson?
At least.
Yeah, that's definitely been an issue for them.
12 turnovers for the Hatters in the half, and they force one on the Owls. Jemiah Turner collects it. Owens double team. Jemiah Turner thought about the three. McNeil will think about it. Long rebound snatched down by Tippy Robinson. 20-second back on the clock for Stetson.
KSU's not trying to press on the perimeter, Victor. They're going to give him that open shot. Stetson's got to start hitting those.
Nice spin by Dublin, but was a little too far underneath the basket. 1 minute left in this first half, a half that has been controlled by the visitors from Kennesaw.
Yeah, and if you're Knox Sanders and the Stetson Hatters, you have to be thinking to yourself that there's opportunities to get back in this game. KSU's playing good defense, but Stetson's had opportunities to put points up. It's just the shooting has not really been there for them.
Johnson with 6 to shoot, guarded by Robertson. Johnson tries left hand. Nice late contest by Jemiah Turner. Here comes Robertson bringing it up. And another turnover for Stetson. They're 13th in the half. Free. Offensive foul. Nice call by that official. Robin Stark said Free was pushed off with that left arm.
Yeah, a little bit there. I'd say just a little bit. Although you could argue, to let that one go because it's kind of a basketball play, but.
Hargrove, Robertson, Maddie Novak, Jemiah Turner, and Tatiana Stroy to 5 for acting head coach Knox Sanders. Lynn Bria out for her second consecutive game due to the COVID protocols.
And Octavia Blue rolling out the same starting 5 here in the second half.
Johnson, Whitfield, Jones, Piccolino, and Ashley Free. Free getting her second straight start for Kennesaw State. Back inside Story. Nice rejection, but a late whistle. Piccolino, I'll say they got her on the wrist. Trying to block that shot from Stroy.
Well, if you're not going to go perimeter, go in the Stroy. And that's been there, too. Ooh, that might have been all ball, actually.
If anything, if they did call the whistle, it might have been when Piccolino was going on the back, going over Stroy.
Yeah, it was probably the over the back. I agree. She got all ball, as best as I could tell.
Stroy now with 9 points on the day. On her way to her 6th consecutive double-digit performance.
Well, the way the Stetson offense has been going, I'd say she's going to get it for sure.
And she does.
She's been the one part that's worked well.
Stroy had a big game last Saturday at North UNF. 24 points, 7 boards in that 73-62 win over the Ospreys. Granted, that second half was without all ASUN selection Jazz Bond, but hey, a win is a win no matter how you can get it. Nice look inside off of Jones, but Novak and Stroy collide, and the Owls will get a fresh possession.
You got to get your wins where you can, Victor, especially in a conference that's dominated by Liberty and Florida Gulf Coast, who, by the way, are playing each other today later on at 4 o'clock.
The rematch of the last 2 ASUN tournament championships. Counted and a foul to Chai Whitfield with the contact and an accidental top of the head of Amani Johnson.
Yeah, Maddie Novak took quite the shot there, and yeah, she didn't get her feet set. So definitely going to call that all the way.
So Whitfield will look to complete the traditional three-point play, transfer from Winthrop. 56% from the stripe. Off the back iron. Jump ball, a little extracurricular afterwards with the tie-up. He'll keep it with Kennesaw State.
Nice job there from Maddie, though. Really hanging on strong to try to get that ball.
Molly Morgan-Elliott will come in for Jemiah Turner, and Yaz Waziruddin will make a late sprint to the scorer's table to come in for Novak. So, still trying to find that right combination on the floor to get their offense flowing.
Yeah, and I think Waziruddin is probably going to be key to that. They need her to step up a little more than she has so far in this game. She hasn't seen a lot of time, though. She's been on the bench quite a bit.
Only 10 minutes for Waziruddin. Off the knee, it'll belong to the Hatters.
I think whoever that second option is going to be, Victor, it's going to have to be from the perimeter because the looks are there.
Stetson 1 of 9 from the three-point line. Kennesaw State shooting just a tick over 48%. They've been hitting their threes. Nice job by Johnson getting a hand in the passing lane off the deflection. Morgan Elliott with the steal herself. Jump ball. Possession arrow will give it to Stetson. Stetson trying to even their record in conference to 2-2. Kennesaw State looking for their first league win on the season.
And their first road win of the season.
It's very important with the divisional formats. The top two teams in each division will get a bye into the quarterfinals, but the third and fourth place teams will host the opening round of the ASUN tournament when it starts March the 2nd. So this game very pivotal, even though with the early point of the season. Stroing takes it off the right side off the glass.
Nice drive there.
Entering its final 10 minutes. Trailed by as many as 14. Turner falls off the front of the iron. It's been that kind of afternoon for Stetson Masaba, but despite all that, they still find themselves within striking distance here in this fourth quarter.
And a large part of that is because of their response coming out of the half, Victor. The Hatters dominating KSU in the third quarter, points-wise 17-9. Stetson shooting nearly 50% from the floor, 47% to be more precise.
Partially blocked by Waziruddin, has it on the other end. McNeil, Waziruddin, Hargrove, Dublin, and Jemiah turning to 5. McNeil to the tie. Now a little bit falling off the right.
That would have set this place up. KSU's led this one wire to wire pretty much outside of an 18-second stretch early. The Hatters have clawed their way back into this game.
Jashai Whitfield spinning off a good defense by Waziruddin. Moves it out of bounds, but it was last touched by Dublin. Stay with the Owls. Monty Johnson, the leading scorer for the Owls, only with 2 points. Does have 6 assists, 3 rebounds. She will trigger the inbound.
Stetson's come back before to win in the fourth quarter. Did it against Manhattan earlier this year.
Showed 4 separate times in that game before knocking out the Jaspers by a deuce, 57-55. Free, inside, down low to Jones. She's double teamed. Nice right-handed hook shot with the shot clock running down for Stacey Jones, her first field goal.
And with that bucket, every Owl that's been in the game has scored. Jones. So there you talk about the community effort.
Owls of only dressing 8 after only having 7 available versus Florida Gulf Coast. Waziruddin thought about shooting the tray.
And all 3 of their available subs are about to check in, Victor.
McNeil with the deflection. Hargrove, corner 3. No good. Dublin gets the rebound. Might have got away with a slight shove, but she'll get the rebound and the stick back.
Yeah, Jahche Whitfield was looking at the ump like, really?
She definitely had a point there. Dublin with 4, leads 3. Good defense by Jemiah Turner, and second chance will be fouled.
I think that was either on Dublin or Turner. It'll be Turner.
Jemiah Turner whistled for her first.
Yep, the reach in right there.
Princess Harden will go to the line to shoot 2. Tatiana Stroin,